matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
First carry here for Joe Mixon.
And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
A toss left, Mixon. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back. This is caught inside the 15. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
The 13-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They follow up the first. Down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
7.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
is upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
The tackle made.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Completion here to Claypool. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
To chase Claypool.
A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And the Steeler first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Ebron caught left side. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. The end result, 21 yards. Now the man from nearby Columbus, Ohio, Benny Snell. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Anthony McFarland, his first carry of the ball game.
And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it. I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
9 yards on the pickup there, and it makes things a little more interesting now on 4th and goal.
But it's 4th down.
On now, Tucker McCann.
From the right hash here, should be an easy one.
McCann's kick up and good.
And that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Burrow on play action. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side. And got his man complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 31-yard line.
These two teams all tied after one.
With the score tied 3-3.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. That time trying to find Gerald Everett. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Burrow once again here on 2nd and 10. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
So we're trading first half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
On 2nd down, McFarland. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force the 3rd down.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
First down, Steelers.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Running with McFarland. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
McFarland, the ball carrier.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 24-yard line.
First down, Pittsburgh.
McFarland running out of the gun.
And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call.
Here's McFarland.
And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. David DeCastro, the former first-round pick out of Stanford, gets the flag. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will tie things up at 6-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late, be sky high.
This will make it into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee. Maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
It's 3rd down and 5.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he is going to have a Bengals first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play action. It's Burrow. Able to find Higgins. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards 2:22 on the clock. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
58-yard attempt.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Coverage there by Von Bell.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Able to hit his target, Claypool. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. And he's got his man on the out route. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Steelers.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. From the gun, this will be McFarland. Finding room to the 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A gain there of 21 yards.
A gain of 21 yards. 1st down, Pittsburgh.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's McFarland. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. McCann's kick up and good.
And that will knot things up here late in the first half.
So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it, and that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. So nothing separating these two teams as we head to the break all square. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Through one half of football as we get back underway in quarter number 3. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. So dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. This pass complete to Higgins. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A really good pickup of 28 yards. A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Three red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. They're going to go jet sweep here. This is Ross with it. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Here's Mixon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
7-yard attempt.
Seibert's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. Now the kicker fest continues. He's been good, though. Knocked through 4 of them now.
If you're the kickers for these two teams, you know what you're doing next week in practice?
Asking for a pay raise?
Yeah, besides that, you're walking in all the meeting rooms saying, you love us now, don't you? Now you love us because you need us, because that's all we've seen. Kickers scoring all the points.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Space to maneuver at the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Makes the score Steelers 16, Bengals 12.
McCann's got it teed up. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But I also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting.
Now Burrow loses the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Tucker McCann set to kick off.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Burrow looking to pass. Eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
On 3rd down, Burrow. He rifles one that's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the 1st. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. They'll roll him out right. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he'll find Everett there, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On second down, Mixon. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 40-yard line.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And the Bengals on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Burrow will throw. And this is going to be incomplete. It's been that kind of a day so far throwing the football. It just seems like nothing going right offensively.
Yeah, it's a catch that should have been made, pure and simple. And look, everything else that goes into running a good pass route, throw it all out if you don't catch the ball.
Been that kind of game throwing the football so far. Nothing going right offensively. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
You got time. You got time. You got time right there.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Tackled at the
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
It's 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Ross on the return. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
He's brought down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop. And he's got the lane, and there he goes. The 30, past the 20, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again, and they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. Sliding out of the pocket. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 15 yards on the play, first down. Now Joe Mixon. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. On 2nd down, Burrow got a man open. It's Ross. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
Made back at the 39-yard line.
Third and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. That's now 3 turnovers in this second half. Very costly. And earlier in the half, Charles, when I asked you for your keys to the second half, you said, hey, maybe trite, but it's going to be turnovers. That's been the story.
It certainly has, but I didn't expect it to be this much of the story. I mean, when you're getting up to 3, you're really putting your team in jeopardy.
And they'll indeed take a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they take a knee.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.